Hi guys, it's Arsh, and in today's video we're going to follow with the theme of Tales of the Tribe, and in today's session we're actually going to be talking about a young gentleman called Kevin West. Now, lots of people in the training industry only put out all of their successes and people that have gone off and done phenomenal deals. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all of my students have been raging successes. There have been some people that have done a few deals and have been using my knowledge as a platform to generate further knowledge, but more importantly, increase confidence. And the gentleman that we're going to be talking to today fits exactly that bill. So it's a young gent to the name of Kevin West. Now, Kevin is a successful entrepreneur in his own right. He owns a decorating company, and I don't want to spoil the story too much, but when Kevin came to me, he's completely new to property and he wanted to increase his knowledge in property, and as a result, over a period of time, not immediately, wants to build a portfolio for him and his family so that he can perhaps pull away from his business that he's got running right now. Now, I'm hopefully going to inspire you by some of the questions that I've asked Kevin in this video. And the reason why I say that is because running a business, especially when you've got a successful business, trying to diversify away from that business can be extremely tough because that is your comfort blanket. And it's fair to say that that's a true reflection of the interview that we've got with Kevin today. And what I'm trying to understand from Kevin in this video is, what has Kevin taken away from the Elite Property Tribe? So without further ado, please welcome Kevin West. So hi guys, welcome to another session of Tales of the Tribe. And today I'm actually joined by a young man to the name of Kevin West. Hi Kev, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Hello, Arsh.
Good.
Hello,
So thanks for joining me on this session. The reason why I've brought you on is that from memory, you're a self-employed decorator. Would you agree? Or you run a decorating firm?
Yeah, I've got a company.
And you joined the Elite Property Tribe because you wanted to just generate some surplus funds. Is that right?
Yeah, put my foot in a new door.
Okay, brilliant. That's a good way of putting it. Put your foot through a new door. I mean, so from your point of view, tell me, why did you decide to join the tribe? What was it that interested you about joining the Elite Property Tribe? Why did you want to start sourcing? Why did you want to get involved in property? More importantly, what does that look like over a year for you?
The first thing that piqued my interest was the 30 deals in 30 days. The fee to join up, I figured that could easily pay for itself after one or two deals, which it pretty much has. So there's no loss really. The recommendations of the Elite Property Tribe is good. So I'm always funny with training, but I think
have you done other people's training, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Okay, fine. So I suppose my question that I've got to ask you is that, have you been procrastinating with some of the stuff? So have you been putting it off, and what's been kind of the mental blockage?
Well, when I first started, it was January last year, and I'd had enough of decorating, so I'd had big gaps between work, and I had a bit of time on my hands. Since I've joined the Elite Property Tribe, I've been busy and just keep getting busier. So I need to start moving towards taking some time off decorating and start doing some property, I believe, because decorating is not where my heart is. But yeah, I've procrastinated a little bit because I've just been overwhelmed with work and keeping bills paid.
So what is it? Is it the comfort bracket is it the comfort saying that you're worried about taking the jump because you're worried that you're going to potentially lose income if property doesn't work for you? Or what's this thing that's stopping you? Because you've clearly got the ability to find deals because you've done deals.
Yeah, it's a bit of the old comfort zone, which is normally the case, but also with confidence in keeping a regular income, finding deals and speaking to vendors and estate agents.
So when you came and spent a day in the office with me, and I kind of threw you completely, not under the bus. I didn't throw you under the bus, but I completely threw you out your comfort zone because you said to me at the start of the day, you wasn't sure about speaking to agents or speaking to vendors.
Yeah.
And I think that day we made you speak to circa 20, maybe 30 agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did that make you feel?
I found it quite comforting knowing that if I was stumbling or messing up, you could just quickly take over, and that was good. But yeah, it got my confidence up a bit more. So yeah, we did actually find another deal and have it on the app, but unfortunately that went. But we found the vendor directly. But yeah, he just wasn't. He only wanted a year, didn't he? Yeah, he only wanted a year, and it wouldn't have worked for numbers for the rent to rent.
That's part and parcel of sourcing.
Yeah.
definitely there will be some deals that you find direct to vendor, and then by the time you find a buyer, chances are that that deal's already gone. But the key is obviously keeping the communication with the vendor throughout the whole process. So, I mean, but let's talk about the deals that did happen. So, you sent me a link to this property that you found, which was a block of flats in Leeds. Was it Leeds?
It was Leeds, yeah. That was within the first month.
Yeah.
Within the first month of joining the EPT. That's when I had more time. But yeah, that took 10 minutes to find. I jumped on using search keywords and found that. I did some numbers on it and had it over to you within an hour. And then it was ready to go.
And so what the process was from there. So Kev sent us a property. We looked at it, we appraised it together. And off the back of that, we then put it on the Property Investor app and we sold it within the space of an hour. And the investor had put their reservation fee down pretty much instantly because they knew how good a deal it was. And off the back of that, it completed and Kev got paid. So, I think that fee alone pay for the training itself?
Yeah, it's pretty much, I think it covered the training cost, but because I was paying monthly, I paid slightly more. But yeah, it's pretty much covered the training cost. So yeah, one more deal and I'll be in profit.
Okay, so in terms of, you were also looking for rent-to-rent deals. You're also on the scout for rent-to-rent deals, so for your own portfolio. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So one thing I don't understand, Kev, is that obviously you're really good at decorating. You must be really good because you've been doing it for a long time and you get lots of referral of business. So why are you not converting some of the landlords that you're probably meeting and you're decorating for into a property deal or property transaction? So the people's houses that you're decorating, are you kind of asking questions as to why they're getting it decorated? Are they getting it decorated ready to put on the market?
Yeah. Well, I do meet some landlords. Mainly it's like private houses, but when I do meet landlords, one is confidence, but also I'm sort of viewed as a decorator and not anything else. That's what I find.
Okay, so I think one thing that we need to work on then is perhaps you presenting yourself now as a decorator, but also as a property entrepreneur. Does that make sense? Because then if the person only sees you as a decorator, they won't talk to you about anything other than decorating. But if they see you as a property entrepreneur and they say, okay, Kev, yes, you're doing a house, but in actual fact, we're actually going to sell the property, then I think that could be an angle for you to generate more leads, and more importantly, all the leads that you'll be generating completely free. So, I mean, yeah, we perhaps just need to do a bit of work on that. Don't panic. Like I said, don't panic. You've got plenty of time. The good thing is that you've got your comfort blanket. I need to try and figure out how we can move you away from that comfort blanket and actually moving it into converting more deals. Because the one thing I will say about you, Kev, and I said this to you when you came into the office, you are actually a deal machine. And I say that because how many properties did we look at that day? And how many vendors did you speak to? And more importantly, how many vendors actually really liked you because they wanted to accommodate a second conversation with you. They wanted you to come around and have a look at their properties. And off the back of that, if we can get you out so that you're spending less time on the decorating, more time out viewing, and let's call it schmoozing vendors, there's no reason why you can't do deals. Now, the whole purpose of this video is because, I appreciate that everyone that's going to watch this video is going to be in a different walk of life. Some people are going to be like you, Kev, where they've got a very comfortable income coming in and they want to dip their toe into property. They want to step through the door, but they're a little bit worried. Now, what would you say to them in that scenario?
I would be, if I had the confidence to move forward, I would have been out of decorating, by summer last year. Summer this year. But it's having the confidence to actually move forward and take the plunges that I should have took, which is what I'm working on.
Okay, so shall we make that a goal for next year? Summer of next year, summer of 2022, you're going to be fully self-employed, but in the property industry and not the decorating industry.
I hope so. Well, I've got a company set up for rent to rent and everything, but yeah, it's getting the wheels in motion and keep some momentum going, doing it rather than getting bogged down with work and paperwork and family.
Yeah, no, I get that. I completely get that. And, everyone that will be watching this will be resonating with it because, not many people talk about this. When people try and do videos like this, it's all, oh, it's been great, it's been great, it's been great. But in actual fact, what you're saying is that, yeah, it's been great, but I've had some personal battles that I can't leave. I can't drag myself away from it. I mean, from the training that you've received, what can you tell us about it? What did you learn? What have you not learned? Was there been any light bulb moments or?
I've learned a lot of little loopholes to certain things that's quite handy, but I haven't got through it all because there's a lot of content.
Well, there's 52 modules. There's 52 modules plus all the other, 400 hours plus of previous modules that we recorded. So, in actual fact, there's probably too much content.
Yeah, I've been picking through it all over the year. I'm not far away, but yeah.
I mean, what are the parts that you enjoy?
Sorry?
What are the parts that you enjoy?
As it's more focused on certain ideas. Well, focused on certain ideas. Like if it's about HMOs, it's about HMOs, and all to do with HMOs, and not drifting off everywhere into different things. And it's more in depth with legalities and licensing and basically detail. There's some training I've listened to, and they just ramble on, and you don't know much more after you've finished.
Okay, so what I like to try and do is give the theory, this is why they do it, but more importantly, the practical as to this is how you do it. I think that's why I set up the EPT, to give more of the practical as opposed to the theory, because there's lots of people teaching the theory. So what I want to try and do is now get you more hands-on, and that's the plan for 2022. Let's get you becoming more practical, and let's get you out of decorating, or when I say automate your decorating business by bringing people in so that they can do the work, so that you're still generating an income from it.
That's my plan,
that into a business, and then having the property, giving you the time to go off and do the property stuff.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so now that was it really, Kev. I'm glad you came on. Like I said, I like to have different perspectives of what the EPT has done for you. For you, is give you a foundation, it's give you a bit of knowledge, you've got your deal over the line, it's give you some confidence to go out and do a little bit more, but we need to keep pushing on. So thank you very much for coming online, Kev. I suppose we should give you a decorating company a bit of a plug whilst we're here. Not that you need it for work, but yeah, otherwise that will definitely not get you out of get you into property. But what's the name of the decorating company?
It's Kevin James Decorating Limited, and I cover Cambridgeshire, pretty much all of Cambridgeshire, some of like Norfolk area, Suffolk.
Okay, fantastic. So when I check out Kevin's decorating company, find him on Facebook. Are you on Facebook, and you got a website?
Website.
Okay, brilliant. So is it Kevin James West Decorating?
Kevin-James Decorating.co.uk.
Okay, fantastic. Go and check out Kev. And like I say, hopefully that's inspired you to just understand what the EPT is all about. More importantly, about how we cover different topics. So there's 52 modules which cover different levels of different strategies. So looking at HMOs, lease options, rent-to-rent service accommodation, commercial, planning, auctions, just to name it. And so I've given Kev pretty much a full overview of everything that's going on, and we go deep into the content as well. So Kev, thank you very much for coming online. Thank you for the mini video, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.
Thanks, Arsh.
Thank you. So there we have it, guys. So as you can see, Kevin West, he has done a deal. He's paid for his program, but he hasn't perhaps got as far as he would have liked to in year one. But that's not always a bad thing. You've got to think of it from a point of view that he's got a lot of knowledge. More importantly, he's increased his confidence. He understands what's gone well for him. He also understands where perhaps some of his downfalls are and the things that he needs to work on. And as a result, he understands that he's got someone always behind him that's going to be able to assist him and support him, and that comes in the form of me, so that every time he looks at a property, he can call up me and say, Arsh, I'm looking at this property, what do you reckon? And that's where we appraise it together. I look at it from a cash flow point of view, I look at it from a capital appreciation point of view, I look at it from a value point of view, I look at a way that we can try and maximize the return from that property, and he's got that as a result of being part of the Elite Property Tribe. Now, we're going to work next year, me and Kevin, after the interview, we actually had almost like a mini action plan as to what 2022 looks like for him, and we're going to aim to pull away a little bit from his business and replace that income from property. So I'm hoping that the video that he does for 2023, I'm going to use these as his benchmark to say, this is what you said to yourself in 2022. Let's have a look at where you are in 2023. And I really hope I can sit here this time next year and say that he's absolutely smashed the back doors of 2022. And as a result, he's now in a position where he's got a fully automated, when I say automated, but a fully self-running decorating company, and also a fully hands-off property portfolio. And that's what we're going to be working with. And he can do that with the support of me and my team. And that's what the Elite Property Tribe brings. So if you want to be in a position where you've got someone that supports you through your whole journey, the Elite Property Tribe is there for you, and it opens the first week in February. We are taking applications, and the one thing that we're asking you to do is go to www.arshilahi.com/contact and fill out the inquiry sheet, and I'll be in contact with you to see if the Elite Property Tribe's right with you. So hopefully we're going to follow that journey throughout the whole year. As always, if you want more free content, go and check out my podcast that we have. It's called The Property Rebel. You can find it on Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, just to name a few. As well as that, if you want to find me on social media, you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Clubhouse, all under the handle of Arsh. And finally, if you haven't already done so, go and check out the Property Investor app. It's the UK's first property investment platform, which showcases all kinds of deals all over the UK. You know, we're at the start of the year. Let's use this as your springboard. Let's use this as your motivation to get you fired up so that we're going to do deals together in 2022. Go to propertyinvestorapp.co.uk, or if you've got a smartphone, go to the App Store and type in Property Investor. Completely free for you to do that. And on that note, I wish you all to be safe, well and happy, and I look forward to working with you this year. Thank you and bye-bye.